Scorpio, hello and welcome to your reading for June 9th through the 16th. And I want to just dive in with the Rumi deck. It feels like because you guys are going through an 8th house transit that a lot is becoming clear to you. You might be mourning someone who is not in your life anymore. You might be seeing them clearly for the first time or being guided to see them clearly for the first time and what it represented. We have Neptune in your 5th house, so it's definitely calling on energies of romance that felt like it was really meant to last, but it didn't. And the courage of your love is speaking to, I sense this newness, this new ability to see things from like inside out through time and space, to see like where and why you've gone through what you've experienced. So let's see what 38 is in the Rumi Oracle deck. And this is for Sunday the 9th. So the sun is in your 8th house at 19 degrees, and it's around, I think, manifesting like the next level in your romantic connection, like your current partnership. But in order to do that, you have to kind of like excavate and go deep into what you experienced. Love is without reason. Rationality is like a cane. Judgment needs a cane because it is blind. When love arrives, thought dies in its shadow. Love is the sunrise, while thought is only a flashing light. Rumi. This oracle comes with a particular guidance for you. You are not to give into less than you are worth, or to the shaming stories of others for our culture that would cast your regal lion nature into the falsehood of beliefs that you have no choice or power. You are not to give into the idea that you are a victim and cannot free yourself from your previous suffering, or that you are less than any other. These are lies. These are petty deceptions so unworthy of you. Do not believe them. Roar at them until the weak glue holding them together melts under the fire of your holy breath, and they lie dismembered and powerless at your feet. Then intend that those bits and pieces in decay are lovingly returned to the Earth Mother, through whom they can be used to fertilize new life. You have a challenge before you, or that you're moving through, but you have what is necessary to succeed and overcome it. No matter how long it has endured or how big you have built up, I think this resistance to connecting from a place in your soul, of giving a piece of yourself away to someone who is not new in your romantic circle, or else it's something that like is a long-term investment that you have been really not sure of taking that next step. No matter how unsolvable the issue appears to be, there is and shall be a victory beyond it, and it is imminent. This oracle has come to tell you, to let you know that you are empowered to succeed, you have what is required within to do it, and that the time of your victory is drawing near, so do not give up. Instead, do the sacred honoring ritual as needed, and when you feel so inclined, open your mouth and roar love from the very depths of your being. Create a sound of truth for yourself. In that sound, you will hear the mightiest one of all roaring along with you, saying, yes, love, I am with you, and together we claim divine victory. So we roar how we roar. Who you're with, they might have a Venus and Leo placement. We actually will have the moon moving into Leo on this moon day. So from Sunday, I feel like you're going to be very clear about where you need to be in love, where you would like to be in love, and where you have been held back from getting there. In love, partnership, for business, for investors to come through and help you move along one of your creations that you have germinating. And on this moon day, you will have, I believe, a breakthrough of freedom. And then all throughout the week, there's going to be a chorus of planets at 4 degrees, which is the Aquarian signature, aka your 4th house. So it's like the maternal energy that you grew up with. It's the feelings that you have about who nurtured you. And maybe it's like you might have seen this in a lover, in someone who really disappointed you and like treated you so dirty, and you would always go back to them because it's like, no, this isn't how it's supposed to be. I saw us doing this, and like it was a karmic cycle. It was a past life connection. It wasn't meant to be what you have now. It was past life connection, not what you have now, Scorpio. Chinamasta and Kundalini Shakti. So on this moon day, the sun is at 10 degrees, 20 degrees Gemini, and let's see, when that's to a 10? Nothing. So it's like you're manifesting this divine union, but in order to do this, you have to stop being in your head so much about what could go wrong, what could be next for you, and then who this person was who really brainwashed you and made you feel small. Like they made you feel like you were incompetent, incapable, undeserving. They were really nasty, and they were an energy that was karmic because you felt that so deeply in your soul because you gave your soul to them. Like you really devoted to this person, and you use words like forever rather than this life. And that's something that we have to learn, is to stop saying certain spells which will actually come to be. Because if you want to be with someone forever, in the next incarnation it could be like a murderer and a thief, because they have karma to clear from a time where they very harshly judged someone who was a murderer and a thief. So you want to be sure that you're only limiting your connections to this incarnation, and then allowing for the divine to decide who will be with you over lifetimes, because there are ascended masters who've been able to reincarnate with their significant other, and their connection is so powerful that it heals a lot of people. Chinamasta. Sacred reverence is her radical grace. She is our soul's power to shed and survive, to outgrow and evolve. When the soul needs to separate itself from that on which it once relied, so codependent connection, be it a view of ourselves or the world, a view of yourselves generated from this connection, or from like a failure in business and long-term investments and partnerships in business, things that you were really looking forward to and they fell apart on you. So be it a view of ourselves or the world, or a group or belief system that cannot support the truths of the heart, she is the capacity, sovereignty, and courage required for self-liberation. Systems of oppression within your mind and your world will be overcome. You have the power to sever your attachment to the past and focus on inner regeneration and reorientation, healing into a path that is worthy of your heart. So, excuse me, I believe that Mars Day is what's going to make you feel like you have the wherewithal to actually move into a loving connection, and that is in your 7th house. So Taurus is your opposing energy for my Scorpios. Scorpio rising specifically. Scorpio sun, your house system might be different, so I would watch that reading along with this one. On Tuesday, Mars Day, Mars moves to 1 degree Taurus, and let's see what that degree is. A red garnet ring, the garnet's glow. A passion for bearing ripe fruits. Feeling transported by an ongoing realization that you are in your own element, doing what you need to do, and subtly fired by an inner purpose that clarifies everything. And I feel like this purpose will be clear to you on Mars Day. The glow of your central intent warms you through. The quality of soul is simple and direct. It makes for a primal elemental presence. One cannot grasp complex matters in the sphere. It's more about feeling. But you know what you need to know, and you're on the beam so palpably that nothing much matters except being there. You distinctly charge the atmosphere with a pranic renewal, a source sustenance, and the whole idea is to make way for the universal life force to stream right in and bless with all-forgiving radiance. Sounds like an open heart to me. The moon will be in Leo still, so this person who you're connecting with in a loving way is going to help you with Gemini, the sun at 21 degrees, wine cask retrieved from an ancient shipwreck. So your vast destiny ripening and becoming vintage. To approach with anything less would be glaringly disruptive. So you're on the event horizon, and you are about to go through what, oh my gosh, Magenta Pixie. Maybe she has a message for you, Scorpios, because the magenta garnet color. She said that going from the event horizon into the event is like a dubstep song. So it's like you have the drops and you have the wobbles and the womp 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 womps that's like breaking up this energy. And that is on Mercury Day. Jupiter moves to 4 degrees. And Venus is at 24 degrees. So it's netting to a 6, but that 2 and 4 is from Sensei Christopher Witecki's step system. I feel I belong with in your 8th house of long-term partnerships and agreements. And the sun being at 22, I didn't even notice this for the Gemini and Pisces reading, but the sun is at 22 degrees. So it's like your feelings are going to be alchemizing. You're going to be ascending into this Kundalini Shakti. Beautiful. That Kundalini serpent's going to be like needing to wake you up in the middle of the night. Black moon Lilith and Vertex are at 28 degrees Virgo. And this is at 7:28 Hawaiian time, 1:30 Eastern Standard, and then 12:30 for Central in the United States. Adjust to your time zone accordingly. You're going to be manifesting something that you really did not believe could come to be. It's going to be like you see it for what it is that held you back. And you might still be seeing things through these rose-colored, ruby-colored glasses of like, oh, this person was a snake, she snatched my soul, she called me a failure, but yet she's still good. And this is what that is. It's like regretting and sadness from your inner child, and maybe even this like knowing of this person's energy from previous incarnations. However, that forever thing is really meant to like break us through. If you haven't read this, the Khalil Gibran poem for What is Love from The Prophet, it speaks to going through love not just as something nice, sweet, and pretty, but like as something that's going to transform you and alchemize you. Papa and Wakea, 38, that came through, the courage of your love. So Wednesday, I feel that you're going to have this opening and then you're going to get this perspective. So let's see what Mercury is at 24 degrees. No, it's at 19 degrees Gemini. So we're manifesting something from a place that is beyond the fears that held us in this like chamber of reflection that was really disruptive. That's going to be your channeled song for the week, Chamber of Reflection by Mac DeMarco. So 38, Papa and Wakea. Earth Mother and Sky Father, struggle and wholeness. Papa and Wakea symbolize duality and the struggle of opposing forces. Their struggle results in new life leading to the birth of humans and the tarot. Not the tarot like cards, but the tarot plant, which is where humanity was to come from. As those that are close to nature know, the struggle for survival that leads to creation and growth demands the continual ability to respond to a never-ending series of events and circumstances. These events and circumstances demand that we sharpen our skills, our senses, and our ability to interact effectively with the constant flux and tensions that exist in our inner and outer worlds. Struggle may emerge from the tension between the various contradictory parts of ourselves, such as the masculine and feminine aspects. This tension may play out as a struggle between our rational and intuitive sides, our male, which is Mars at 2 degrees now in Taurus, and our female, passive 24 degrees Gemini. So what we feel and we're ready to take action on, and then how we're open to receiving the repercussions of those actions. If one part becomes too dominant, the other will surely find a way to express itself, but through like humping a leg. For example, a man who denies his feminine aspect may have a diminished capacity to experience emotions and may behave in irrational or impulsive ways that are destructive to himself or those around him. A woman who denies her masculine side may be so desperate for control that she allows herself to appear incompetent so that she can manipulate others to take care of matters she could take care of herself. Like, this is straight up like classic Taurus signature. So my Scorpios, you might have had a Taurus Venus aspect, Taurus lunar aspect, Taurus sun aspect of a past partner, whether or not you're feminine or masculine. And this person was a twin flame, but twin flames come from an opposite polarity of our soul group to help us to integrate deep love codes, to integrate a deep sense of worthiness, because they make us feel so disgusting and unworthy and vile that you have to integrate those aspects and reclaim your light, reclaim your energy, and just speak it. Speak, I reclaim my light. I reclaim my worthiness in love. These struggles between the masculine and feminine aspects are not gender specific. A man with a weakened masculine aspect may appear wishy-washy and indecisive, just as a woman with a weakened feminine aspect may be unable to be vulnerable and open enough to genuinely create and relate with others. So creation is feminine also. And in order for us to balance our own inner polarities, we have to hold a non-judgmental structure for ourselves to be creative. That structure is masculine, the creativity is feminine. Destructive struggles occur when one aspect becomes too dominant at the expense of the other. Papa and Wakea remind you of the importance of examining and accepting the contradictions and the contractions in your inner and outer world so that you can expand. Each aspect contributes to the whole. As the various aspects of a struggle are articulated, expressed, acknowledged, and accepted, new life emerges. I know you guys are ready for something new, because I see it. Oh my gosh, Pluto at 1 degree Aquarius is saying that you really have to decide that your vibration can shift because you're willing to come into a love that is better than what you were expecting. It is what you wanted in childhood, but it's not what you got. those memories that are coming up, like the seeing things with rose-colored shades, like it happens. But I feel that these really traumatic experiences in love, romance, business, communication can make us into monsters, and then they make us blame ourselves for things that went on that was like, no, this person was a narcissist, and then they conned you into acting that way, but you acted that way, so you have to adjust and accept yourself. Pluto at 1 degree Aquarius is a two-headed calf. Taking a good look at things with an eager eye brings you right into the middle of the dilemma of polarities. Gemini season is about embracing that polarity and ascending. As you stand there faced with the different sides, you are impartial. Neither side pulls you more sharply than the other. Immense opportunity, huge challenge. You have vital potential for brilliant synthesis, but a subtle temptation to think too long. A schooling in alchemy in every moment. Do you find what is ready to emerge, or do you think about it? Progressive evolution draws you through your mistakes into all that can be. And then I just need to read for the second. Aquarius at 4 degrees. Many fireflies at dusk. You become aware all at once of the staggering things, of astounding things, of world-shattering things, states of revelation. You are being called inwardly to shake off the slumber of the common day and to heed the stirrings of the future. Capable of bounding leaps, you are infused with the spirit of new beginnings, especially strongly drawn towards altered states and threshold awareness. You've been brought to places where all of the shared assumptions and ideologies become pale and lifeless, and something other sparks recognition and pursuit. Collectively inspired to find alternatives, to seek a vision, to gather with those who are similarly touched, you are in on the ground floor of new movements and innovative discoveries, and full of wonder and awe at the process and at the whole way of things in worlds such as this one. So it's like, whoever you were with, they left you so disoriented and like dizzy and nauseous and spinning, and now you're coming into this clarity. It's like, you know, the kidneys are ringing in the ears, you're releasing resentment, you're releasing fear around this connection. That's a little bit of a medical intuition for y'all. So Jupiter day, Jupiter is at 4 degrees Gemini, and this is going to help you embrace that polarity. Like, there is going to be a big shift around how you think about your romantic capacity, and it's also going to be giving because Uranus is at 24 degrees in Taurus, and Mars is now at 3 degrees, allowing you to believe in what it is that you want and how it can be achieved and attainable. I feel like Kali is calling to us. Whew. Let's get to Venus day as soon as possible. On this day, Venus is at 25 degrees. Gauri Devi, accepting your shadow. Just accept that you had darker moments, you had some really big mistakes, but see who's still around to accept you unconditionally. Venus day, Venus moves a degree, 26 degrees Gemini. We're deciding that we are deserving of this love that we are seeking. A cave with carved walls, it's an ancient temple. That's the cave of your heart, like this ancient place within you that you're now accessing. Saturn day. Saturn is at 19 degrees and 15 seconds. So this is speaking to your inner child and coming out of this really deep sadness and like nostalgia for someone who really could not ascend with you in this lifetime. And like, you know, maybe you guys had a few lifetimes together, but like this one, they just took a turn. Their soul wasn't going to continue at the speed and rate that yours is, because you, Scorpio, watching this, you have a mission that you have to fulfill. So let's say it was a business partner who ended up scamming you in this lifetime, and it's like you guys work together so well, you know each other, and then this person decides to hit you with a low blow in this life, and then it's like, where did that come from? Well, it comes from you wanting to be in integrity. And now you deciding that it's okay, it takes as long as it takes, it will take as long as it takes, but you're going to get there. That came up. It takes what it takes. I don't know. Oh, that's a book I'm reading right now, an audio book. It takes what it takes. This man is a Virgo sun. He actually ended up passing away during his Chiron return, or during his Uranus return, which is the midlife crisis. Listen to that. It's kind of sad, but he's like one of the top highly regarded sports coaches. And then Sunday, the sun will be at the degree that Venus was when you decide. It's going to take as much time, energy, and resources as it's going to take, but I will achieve my goal. I see things clearly now. I'm moving out of this energy. Again, Mars is at 5 degrees, and you're like seeing, okay, I'm not stupid for having held on to this. I accept, ooh, Uranus moves a degree that day too, 25 degrees. So it's like your thinking is now aligning with your feelings, and then you're getting this sense of intuition around what's possible for you in love. The moon will be in Libra, so that's in your 12th house, and it's going to feel like With the south node at 11 degrees, it's going to feel like whispers from beyond. And you might have a Libra in your life. I'm a Libra in a Scorpio's life now. And it's like this person has been able to call your soul out of being snatched, out of being robbed, out of you feeling like you aren't worthy for what you're worthy for. And they might be a business partner, they might be an investor for you, but this is all related to matters of the 8th house. And I feel that you're also going to start feeling like you don't have to self-sacrifice for this person or this goal or this objective that you have. Resplendent with grace. Greetings from my heart to you who are always with me, hidden inside as the heart. You are the compass of my life. My course is your way, no matter where I go. You exist everywhere and in everything, always watching over us. My soul brightens in the darkness when I speak your name. Far beyond the body, there is an opening from my heart to yours. Through that opening, I send you secret messages like the moonlight. I polish the mirror of my heart to be your reflection. I make my ear the receiver for the tenderness of your words. You are in the ear, you are in the mind, you are in every burning heart. What am I saying? You are I. This is my way to describe you. Okay, so you may be wondering if you can attain the next stage of growth in your life. You are already well equipped to do so, no matter what you might believe about the situation, circumstances, or others involved, even yourself. You have within your soul possession more than enough grace to see yourself through anything you are bold enough to envision for yourself, or for any vision you feel life has bestowed upon you. So pray through unconditional love to access all that you are, to be supported by those beings that love you without condition. Pray to realize that you are so drenched in sacred grace that the well of your being is full. All that is needed to nurture you into the next step of your path is within you now. Success is yours, but you must believe in your ability, your readiness, and your capacity to take this next phase of the journey now. How could it be otherwise, for you are one with grace? Scorpio, listen to your June readings. Check out my daily astrology. I'm sending you guys so much love, and just know that you are so worthy of the love that is there for you right now, and the rest needs to go flush down the toilet, or you could just say thank you so much. I'm parting ways with you. Cut those cords. Love you, Scorpio. Aloha.